KJ and Lyons on WEEI.
Get ready. It's coming. The snow tonight. KJ and Lyons, WEEI, 617-779-7937. Text line 37937. We'll get to your text messages here in 30 seconds, and we'll also get to Paul here shortly. But, John, here's what's funny about, I guess, the weather thing. That if there is going to be a guaranteed purple band, you know what I mean when I say that?
Yeah.
It's going to hit Norwood, right along through Walpole, and right at Foxborough. That's the purple band area, and then up in Haverhill, they always get it too.
KJ, that's Mother Nature crying that it might be Bill's last day.
Or it could be maybe you got a lot of area where we can get some kind of breath of air, because a lot of trees when you start heading towards Millis.
Oh yeah,
and you start heading 495. Oh my gosh, you're asking for a bunch of snow to be dumped there, but once you get towards Logan and everything, everybody's shoveling, and there's a bunch of people there in heat, and that's where you get into the climate change stuff because of heat. Look, I've lived in the Midwest, and I've seen tornadoes make a left just because there were no longer a bunch of woods and sticks to go after. You got some warm bodies there. All right, let's go to Paul in Florida. Speaking of weather, Paul, thank you so much for calling us from much warmer climates to be on KJ and Lyons. Your thoughts on Belichick and Kraft?
Well, thanks, guys, for answering my call, and Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year to you.
My feeling is don't have to look very hard to see what the real problem was. Kraft never let him pay for anything. I mean, who in their right mind, who's won 6 world championships, goes and hires a guy who has no idea what he's doing on offense? Nobody. It's the fact that he was free. And he was in the organization, and it was one of Kraft's buddies. I mean, Belichick's taking the heat for this, but I can't even imagine that he would even put himself in that situation. I mean, that's just suicide.
Paul, thank you for your long-distance call. Make sure your carrier knows that you've called a great show. Made for TV, really.
Yeah, they should put us on TV.
I probably need to get rid of this face for radio first. And
me too.
John, you're a lot more handsome.
Yeah. We would have been great on TV during COVID because we could have worn masks and it would have been okay. Look, here's a few issues with the caller. And first of all, thank you for the call. Here's the thing in the issue with that. If you want to say Robert Kraft is cheap, and that's part of the problem, Bill Belichick is the highest paid head coach in the NFL. When Josh McDaniels was here, he was, I think, the highest paid or one of the highest paid offensive coordinators in the NFL. You better believe Bill O'Brien and Adrian Clem have been highly paid this year since they came over. And let's not forget, it was only, 3 years ago at this time when they committed $250 million in free agency.
Right.
So to say that they
$222 million, something like that. Yeah.
So to say that they won't spend, look, maybe have there been times where Kraft said, I don't want to do that? Maybe. But whenever they are spending questions with the Patriots, that's something I always put on Bill. For good or bad, right? There's been great contracts that they've signed over the year. Look at the extension they got for Devin McCourty and Donta Hightower and Julian Edelman, or bringing Darrelle Revis over. Great. The Stephon Gilmore signing. They were awesome signings. But I give Bill the credit for those. I also give him the blame for hiring his buddy Matt Patricia, who, he was free, but that was more because it was his buddy and Bill thought he could do the job, right?
Philadelphia's feeling it.
Yeah, they are feeling it now. But that, to me, that's why when it comes to the spending, and I'm not saying, I think Kraft did push to keep McDaniels here after, McDaniels was going to leave to go to the Colts, and Kraft did pay him well. But he wouldn't have done that if Bill didn't want McDaniels back. So, I look, to say that Kraft won't spend, I just don't think that's fair to Kraft.
All right, 2 minutes away from the Led Zeppelin Patriots parody for tomorrow's game against the Jets. Nico, what do you got on the text line? 37937. Shoot.
All right, so our first texter here says, everybody's sick of Belichick because they're sick of his attitude and his priority complex.
Oh, wow. I bet you were celebrating Belichick when everything was great. Oh, it's great. He doesn't give the media anything.
I know I was.
He's been that way since Cleveland. It says right here in the book War Room by Michael Holley. Michael, he probably sent me back a text. I just got 1,000 more sales on the book.
Yeah. It's a great. I actually own that book. It's an awesome book.
But does it have his?
No, and I didn't know Steph Curry as a kid either. So I'm a little behind you, KJ. I'm a little behind.
Holly and I were in the elevator when the station was over at 20 Guest Street, and I was doing mornings at the R&B station. And I was like, I love your work, Mike. We were just talking, Michael, everything like that. And then I looked at him. I was like, hey, what about this couple of the books? He's just like, brother, I got to feed people. I was like, okay, I'll buy the books. And then he autographed them. So I have the Big Poppy book as well, and that is signed to the Big Poppy of R&B in Boston. That's what he signed. So I got 2 of them.
So it's actually kind of funny. Today, when I was getting ready for the show, I just Googled, because I was going to tweet a picture of Belichick with my show tweet, and I just Googled, like, Bill Belichick Super Bowl, and I went through the images, and I'm looking, and there was one from February 4th, 2002, connected to a Michael Hawley article that said, like, disdained Belichick is now celebrated, or something like that. So
He probably texts me back, because I usually text Michael twice a year, just to say hello and then, like, Happy New Year. So maybe this is...
Tell him to come in studio. No, I got an open chair.
That's where it gets kind of touchy. All right, one more text, Nico, and then we'll get to the parody.
Okay, how can you fire a legend with 6 Super Bowls? Jerry Jones moved on from Jimmy Johnson when he won back-to-back Super Bowls. It's over.
Yeah, but again, it's not historic. What the Cowboys did is not historical, right? Like,
yeah, they also fired Tom Landry to bring Jimmy Johnson in. That's probably a better example.
Well,
no disrespect
because,
to the texter.
Well, that was change of ownership, so we don't have change of ownership here, right?
But the legend status is what I'm saying.
And winning 6 Super Bowls and being a dominant force for 20 years had not been seen. The closest might have been the 49ers from the mid-'80s to once the Cowboys stepped in there, right?
Yeah.
So
I think the 49ers' last Super Bowl was 94 season. So, they had like a 14-year run, where they won 4.
Right. So this is something you had never seen before. I'm just one of those people who says, what's one more year of Belichick being here? Like if he's gone tomorrow, if he's gone after tomorrow, you don't think there's not going to be at least a couple of years of even, like, could it be more devastating than, say, a 5-12 season? Do you want to see like 5-12 and then 5-12 again, and then maybe like 8-9 after that? You know, you'll be screaming. You'll be like those people in Egypt. You know what? Why don't we just go back to Pharaoh? This whole temple thing, we're not really trying to build. We're not ready for, like, do you want to escape or do you want to escape? And the thing is, give Belichick another year, see what he could do with maybe a better mobile quarterback, take away those. Look, you know what? Let's save this good stuff for the next hour, John, right?
Yeah.
Let me set up the parody here. So, John, we've both been of the thought process of that. Like, we don't believe that NFL teams tank actively, right? Like,
no.
There's no way, injury risks, so forth like that. People are playing for pride. However, what do you do when it's the last week? There's no game next week. There's no practice on Tuesday. And you know that maybe you might just pull it off. So I present Tanking Day. Hit it, Nico.
I don't really buy tanking for a whole season. But for one game, maybe. And then Ron Rivera, play Jacoby Brissett. Don't play Sam Howell. Jacoby will win you the game. Folks, Tanking Day is here. Tanking Day is here, my friends.
Yeah.
As the Jets come into Foxborough.
Get the lead out. Get the lead out.
Lose tomorrow and keep your power. And draft position stays in tow.
Dig it.
I said it's all right. Chad Ryland shank right. Tanking Day is the start. The Pats need a QB. Please lay down for me. The one-game tank is a start. The offense's play has been evidence that the old style is a no-go.
Get it out of here.
Patrick and Lamar are the precedent of how offense should go.
Black dudes rock. Black dudes rock.
You know it's all right. Chad Ryland shank right. Tanking Day, let it start. Pats need a QB. Please lay down for me. Even Brissett plays a part. You dig? Come on, Commanders. We need you to pull it out. Don't play Sam Howell. Oh, it's been a horrible season. So, Tanking Day is here, my friends, as the Jets come into Foxborough.
Plenty of snow, too.
Lose tomorrow and keep your power. And your draft position stays in tow. I said it's all right. Chad Ryland shank right. Tanking Day is the start. The Pats need a QB. Please lay down for me. The one-game tank, it's the start. Tanking Day is here. Chad Ryland, you have one job.
It missed at least 3 of them. I'm sorry, John. I'm killing your credibility as a journalist on this show.
So KJ, how long would you say it takes you to make? Like, how long did it take you to make that song?
A chef never reveals.
Well, the reason I asked, I didn't know if
Yeah.
I could start putting in requests. I don't want to put too much work on your plate.
Well, the other part, because here's the thing. I did want to give those who believe that there is a tank in play.
Like, can we do Shook Ones Part 2, but it's like Part 3?
Well, I
if
would
Bill
need two
leaves,
people, right?
you know?
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I want to do Shook Ones Part 2. I mean, that might be just too heavy for the demographic.
Okay.
Hey, that's why you get the Led out, right? Because, look, not only have I able to do Eminem or whether it's Ludacris or Led Zeppelin, this brother here is talented. Talented.
He is.
But-
Give him a Marconi just for that.
Yeah, well, there you go. And I will thank
Do they do
Academy.
Marconis for weekend shows? They should.
I mean, I don't even treat this as a weekend show. I treat this like this is an everyday show. I'm Rabbit in the Mirror in 8 Mile.
yeah. And you know what? Speaking of Belichick, see, KJ's playing chess, not checkers. That's what it is.
Thank you.
In fact,
Look,
KJ's playing intergalactic chess, and everyone else is playing shoots and ladders.
I'm not that smart. Look, we got to get to these Gerard Mayo response to all these comments, what this whole Vrabel thing is about. I mean, it's just so many subplots to just tomorrow's game. We went a whole hour and didn't even talk about game issues. That's how big this is. KJ and Lyons, the final hour next here on WEEI. Good Saturday to you.